Joining us now to discuss, Francesca Page, a travel journalist. Our panelists are here as well, Ted Harvey and Andrea Kay. Okay, Francesca, talk to me about how this might change people's travels plans. I know airlines have heavily lobbied the White House for months to lift these restrictions. What's this announcement mean for the travel industry?
Well, as you've mentioned, we do know that airlines have been lobbying the White House for months to lift these restrictions, and some say the industry may now have to wait until September or later for a possible revision. Now, the Biden administration has also been talking to U.S. airlines in recent weeks about establishing what they call international contact tracing for passengers before lifting travel restrictions. But when that happens is yet to be determined. There's also been talk of mandating COVID-19 vaccines for international visitors, but no decisions have yet been made. Now, as someone who has family abroad in the UK, I think the main issue will be for people who have family or loved ones they were hoping to get together with this summer, especially with children being out of school to make up from this past year apart. Now, on a domestic front, obviously, the US is cutting off any international tourism from these places. But having said that, the summer tends to be, at least for Europeans, a time when they travel between European countries.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk to you about European countries, specifically talking about France. Everyone wants to go and visit Paris at some point, but France, Paris specifically has their own protocol intact there. Well, they're requiring you to prove that you have been vaccinated if you visit any of the restaurants, any of the bars, cafes, etc. That has to be able to be shown, even if you want to visit the Eiffel Tower. Obviously, I'm sure if you're following travel, that's a highly traveled area. That's a highly sought after destination. What does that do in terms of protocol put in place by other countries to American travelers?
Well, we're going to see a lot of new protocols being put in place. Some countries are following suit with others. Others are keeping their own rules. But of course, now we have this whole new set of rules that are going to be coming in with talk of the Delta variant. And the CDC said on Thursday that the 7-day average of new cases in the United States was up 53% over the previous week. And the Delta variant, we know, which was first found in India, now comprises more than 80% of new cases within the US nationwide, and it's been detected worldwide in over 90 countries. Now, the reason I had honed in on the UK is not just because it's where I'm from, but also because the CDC has urged Americans in particular to avoid travel to the United Kingdom, as we just heard, given the jumping cases. Now, travel is still continuing to rise despite these numbers, especially on the domestic front. And I think a lot of this is to do with people pressing the mute button on being told what to do when it comes to living their lives again, particularly if they've been vaccinated. Now, the Delta does seem now to be a threat to both vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals, but it is not the only threat. And I need to stress that people's mental health is also of great concern.
Absolutely. And we continue to cover that aspect of the pandemic as well. I know I love traveling, and that's been, something that I've